Hello everyone, Auvbri here, and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. It's been a week since I uploaded anything the last time, but yeah, again, as you guys probably know by now, work has been super busy and stressful, so this was a long way coming. It took some time to do, but I think it turned out super freaking awesome in the end. So today we are building a bowling alley, a retro bowling alley. I finally got that stuff pack, and can I just say, right off the bat, what a freaking amazing stuff pack. I don't have all the stuff packs because I have seen the stuff that comes with them, and some of the stuff packs I just don't think is worth the money, but I have to say that this one is just absolutely freaking amazing, and all of the stuff and new activities that you can do is just awesome. I'm so in love with this stuff pack, so I would definitely recommend this. If you are a builder, and also just the gameplay aspects of it's just amazing. But we're just working on the bowling alley here. I just want to say something right off the bat, that the outside of this may not look that as inspiring from the thumbnail on the gallery for that matter. All of the action actually is inside the alley, and that's where you're gonna find all of the very cool design choices. I tried to keep everything as retro as possible, but I just needed the outside to be simple and plain looking. We do decorate it, of course, so you can kind of see that it is a bowling alley, but in the end, I think it all turned out pretty well. You know, when I think about bowling alleys here in Denmark, usually the outside is so dull. Like, it's just like a box with some windows in it, and that's kind of it. So I tried to make something not similar to that, but something that was a bit more inspiring to look at, and something that when you see it, you think like, oh, cool, let's go in and bowl. That sounds freaking cool and fun. So yeah, that's what I did. We are working on the front here and the entrance. And as you can see, this is quite a long video because it actually took me over 2 days to build this. So I built it when I came home from work, like late at night. I started building it, and then I stopped, went to bed, and then used my day off to build the rest of it and record it, and I think it turned out freaking awesome in the end. I'm just working on some wall decorations here, just to kind of make everything look really nice. So we kind of have the bowling alley itself on this raised down, so it kind of, you have to go down to it, and then the bowling alley is on the lower level, and on the upper level we have the bar area, and we're also gonna have a kind of, I don't know what to call it, game room, where we have all of these different types of games and activities that you can do. There's not that many things in The Sims 4, like, you know, games and stuff that you can put into a retro bowling alley, but I tried to put as much into it as possible, because I feel like every single bowling alley has like this section where there are these, you know, games and you know, retro games, and where you can spend your coins and stuff. So I tried to do that, but we're just working on the bowling alley itself here. I wanted it to be, again, I'm gonna say retro a lot this build, but I wanted it to feel really retro and have this retro vibe to it. So we use a lot of the new items and new items and color palettes from the bowling stuff pack. So if you don't have that, again, definitely recommend that you get it. It is a freaking awesome stuff pack, and it's just worth all your money. I can totally say that. All of the stuff in there is just so freaking awesome. I love the retro style, one of my favorite styles in the world. Retro and modern is just so freaking awesome. So this was just right up my alley. So here I tried to create, instead of having this typical railing that would kind of close it off, I just decided to have these wall separators kind of act as a fence, so you couldn't actually go down there, and I think it turned out pretty cool in the end. Here I was just finding all of the items from the stuff pack, because I knew I wanted to use every single one of them. And then I thought, okay, so on the other side here we can have this we can have these bowling stands for the balls, kind of act as another fence for the other side, and I thought that was a cool idea. We're also going to put some of those down onto the deck where the bowling lanes are, but for now we're just going to have that there. I didn't actually, when I started building this, I didn't have a particular design in mind. I just opened up the game and then started building, and it turned out the way that it did, and I'm super happy about that. So you're gonna see me change some things here and there, and here I wanted to separate the bowling lanes. So I don't actually know what it's like for other places, but here in Denmark, every lane has like its own little stall, not separated by the others, but because we don't have like this little, there's this little stall where there is a computer, and then we have a screen so you can see the scores and stuff, but because that's not present in The Sims 4, I just try to recreate that with having these separators, and then kind of having these different stalls where you could sit after your turn, which turned out pretty nice, I think. The new chairs here are freaking awesome again. This stuff pack is just amazing. I'm so in love with it. Everything is just wonderful to look at, and the retro style and all the color palettes as well. I know that sometimes I give The Sims 4 some wax for not having enough color palettes, or for that matter just removing the color wheel entirely, but I do have to say that the color swatches for this pack is just on point, and I decided to keep everything in the same color palette here, so everything kind of goes together, and we're working with this orange red kind of vibe here, and I think it turned out pretty awesome in the end. If there's something I would have liked to change, is those stands we have now with the shoes in them. I would have liked to have had them another color than the red and black, but that's just something that you notice when you actually go back and look at the build itself. So I wanted to have this really fun color on the walls, and I can't remember which pack this came. I believe it came with a free update when the Toddlers was released, and it just worked out really well. That wallpaper was just exactly what I needed, and it just fit in so well with the overall vibe the overall vibe of the build. So we moved upstairs here. We're not finished with the downstairs yet, but I've just moved upstairs to finish the bar and the game room. So I had a lot of trouble finding some counters that would actually match the bar that came with the stuff pack, but I think it turned out pretty nice in the end. It looks, they're kind of similar, but if you don't actually look too close, you don't really notice it. That's actually something that's really annoying about The Sims 4. The bars, we have gotten a lot of new bars over the course of the game's lifespan, but some of the bars just don't have any counters that goes with them, so it's kind of like hit and miss to find something that actually fits just a little bit, which is actually really annoying, but you know what can you do? That's just the way that it is. And these things, those wall decoration things, they actually light up somewhat. They don't light up the surrounding area like lamps would do, but they light up in the sense that they actually are lit up. If the lights are off, those will still be lit up in the room, which is pretty cool. So I also put some of those on the outside in the end of the build. And something that you need to do if you want to is that when you get this build of the gallery, if you want to get it, of course, downstairs I actually changed all of the lights colors to this more natural orange color, so it kind of fits the bowling alley a bit better. That's something I for some reason could not do in the build mode, so when I actually took my builder sim to take screenshots of this lot, I actually changed that. So if you want to get this build, you can do that. Just change the color. It just makes it look so much better, which you can see in the screenshots in the end. But here we're just working on the kind of game room. Again, which I said I think every bowling alley has. I don't think it's just something that we have here. I think it's just standard bowling alley material that you have, like this game room where you have all of these different types of video games and retro games and stuff. And I just thought that was a cool idea, and I tried to make it look as cool as possible. You know, there's only so many games that you could put in here, so we put a lot of lights on the walls as well, and I just tried to make it look, you know, a bit more fun and presentable. Going downstairs again to just finish off the last thing, and we actually have this checklist. So this is actually, this lot type is a bar, and for some reason there is no bowling alley lot type. So this is a bar, which means that I had to have some of these things in here before it was actually usable. So we have like these, you know, trash cans and stuff. I'm not gonna actually show a picture of the toilets just because they are totally uninspiring and not at all great to look at. It was just something that I had to have in here. So just keep that in mind. But this checklist is just kind of, I was just kind of checking the last thing off here, putting in some decorations where no decoration was. And then I thought, okay, so in the end of the bowling lanes, at least where I am, there's always this big LED screen, or like these big flashing things that shows like commercials, or have like this, if you get a strike, then it's like, you know, there's like this animation and stuff. And I just thought those big screens in the end were kind of fitting for that. I know they're just gonna turn on the show that they want to watch, but I just thought it was okay, and it looked good, and I can kind of imagine a television running in the background when you're actually playing bowling. So I thought that was a cool idea. Outside here, I tried to just make it fit into the surrounding area. So we are in Magnolia Promenade, if you haven't noticed that. And I've tried to just blend in the build here with the surroundings. So we kind of have this sidewalk action going, kind of blending in with the build. We're going to change the color of the build in a little bit to a darker color, just because I wanted to have these light things on the side of the building here, and it just didn't work with the white color that I'd chosen. So it just looked so much better as a black building as instead, and it's, fortunately for me, just also worked out really well, because you could now see these kind of light dancing thingies on the side of the build. And yeah, it just turned out really nice. And we're gonna jump into the screenshots in a little bit. But as I said, nothing fancy going on outside here. So just keep that in mind. I was just looking for something to put, something extra to put outside here. And I thought there was a cool idea as well, because these also project a bit of light. And I really liked that idea. I thought it was nice looking and just a bit different to the retro. So here we have the inside, and as you can see, I changed the lighting to be a soft orange light, which actually made it look so much better. Super happy about how that turned out. The downstairs bowling alley here. So only two bedrooms, only 2 bathrooms in this build, but you don't really need anything else. And as you can see, Sim has already begun bowling and using all of the stuff in the alley. So that's pretty cool. I love this shot. It just shows off the bowling alley in its entirety. Upstairs we have the bar here, which is also very nice looking. I just love the overall theme of the retro and the orange color scheme throughout the whole build. I think that's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, and as we jump into the last screenshots here, you can kind of see the build. If you like this build, be sure to leave me a big like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do that and click the little bell so you get a notification every single time I upload. And yeah, just hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave me a like, and I will see you next time for another video. So just have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world. I'm Auvbri. Bye!